yeah, alcohol is harmful, but in my eyes, to be honest, with what I've seen, alcohol isn't near as harmful as that food that we were eating before we changed our diet, all this processed junk and all this sugar. Seriously, like it's doing more damage. Like our kids would probably have less damage to their body if they drank alcohol, to be honest. Like that sounds weird. That sounds horrible, but there's more kids now with cirrhosis of the liver than ever before. What the heck's causing it? More kids with diabetes and all these illnesses. And it's fun. Of course it's fun. Oh my gosh, drinking is a great time. Some of my great memories are when I was drinking and out with friends, and you can dance. You're just amazing at dancing and singing. Have you wondered if you can drink on a ketogenic diet or a low carb diet or carnivore or KetoVore? So here's my opinion, and I'm just going to walk you through my journey because I also started from a horrible diet and I also drank, not in excess, but when I was very sick, I did start drinking more because I was stressed out, I didn't feel good, and I just kind of wanted to disappear from the pain of it all, you know? Anyway, when I started this diet 5 years ago, I was just trying to figure things out and move in the right direction as far as food goes. So, and of course, alcohol was in there too. At first, I didn't really drink a lot because I was trying to figure out the whole food thing. And I didn't need alcohol, just, I would drink it when I'd go out with friends or whatever. So here's one of the crazy things I learned. So early on, I did see where they say, do not drink beer. I loved beer. I loved Corona. That was like one of my favorites. But they said if you're going to drink on a ketogenic diet, to drink a distilled liquor, which we always thought that was the worst thing to drink, when in reality, beer is the worst thing to drink because of the carb count. So if you drink a distilled liquor, as long as you don't have any kind of sugary mixers, the carb count is nothing. It's nothing. So I'm like, okay, that's crazy. So a little experiment I did. I wasn't even doing an experiment because I just thought it was actually just something that just was a realization after I drank. So I started drinking like vodka. Like I would have a vodka mixer and I would mix it with some ketones, like a ketone mixer, or I would take some ketone tablets before I would drink because I thought, okay, if I'm going to drink alcohol and it's gonna, affect my brain, at least I can get some ketones in my body to be flowing through my blood to get to my brain in hopes it might help a little bit. But one realization I had is that all the years of drinking sugary, carby drinks, that is what causes the hangover. It's the sugary part. So when I started drinking vodka, even just vodka with pickle juice or vodka with olive juice or whatever, or ketones, and I wouldn't drink that much. I mean, I might have a couple glasses, but the next day I would not have a hangover. And I'm like, that is so weird. What the heck? And it would continue like that. And that's when I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh. So when you're mixing it with a sugary mixer, the sugar affects your brain. It causes inflammation. So you're not only inflaming your brain from the sugar, but then you also have the alcohol as well. So, but yeah, that was weird. If anyone's noticed that as well, I'd be interested to hear. But yeah, as long as you don't add that sugar to it, you typically should not get sick or have a hangover. I did not. Knowing that you can drink something, you can make a better choice is important because it's like the food. You're making a better choice. So it's a part of that transition period. I don't drink anymore on carnivore. Like every once in a while I might like have a sip, or I've had a drink here and there, but I don't do it much because my body has gotten so resistant to being sick that if I do even drink, you know, an vodka drink, you know, even though it doesn't have carbs, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll sleep terrible. I'll wake up and I'll, for some reason, have acid reflux. I never got acid reflux before. Anyway, it just doesn't set well with me. And I've done so much damage to my brain over the years with the food that I don't want any more damage to my brain. I can't afford it. So I don't do alcohol anymore. You know, it might be 1% over the last 4 years of my time of doing this diet. So, but yeah, if you're going to drink early on when you're doing this transition from food and all that and trying to just make this all work, at least switch what you're drinking to a distilled liquor. So like vodka or gin or Maker's Mark. I would do like a whiskey. Like I would do a little thing of Maker's Mark and, you know, just plain. But if I was to do like vodka, I would, if I'd go to a bar, I would just ask for like a little shot of pickle juice or a little shot of olive juice. And I would just mix that with it because it was nice and salty and it would kind of cut some of the, I'm not a big vodka fan, but it would work. It would work. And, you know, later on, like you don't even have to order a vodka and your friends would never know. You could just order seltzer water with some lime and they would think it's a vodka drink, you know? But you have to do you. You have to do what makes this process easier. And that is something that I did, you know, in that conversion period. So it worked. And it's fun. Of course it's fun. Oh my gosh, drinking is a great time. Some of my great memories are when I was drinking and out with friends and, you know, you can dance. You're just amazing at dancing and singing. And, you know, I am really good at leg wrestling. And, you know, this one night, I remember my daughter was like literally, what do I want to say, finding me contestants to leg wrestle with at the bar, on the bar floor. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I laid on that floor. But I was really good at leg wrestling. So she loved it. She'd be like, come leg wrestle my mom, you know. And most of the time I'd win because they had no idea what they were doing and I'd flip them over before they even realized. So yeah, not one of my proudest moments, but yeah, that was while I was drinking. Anyway, so yeah, of course drinking is fun. But yeah, no more of those crazy nights. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I did when I started this diet. I've had people ask me like, what can I drink? What can I drink if I still want to drink alcohol? You know, and that's what I tell them. Because I tell you what, even if you stay drinking alcohol and you're drinking vodka or gin or whiskey or whatever, it's so much better than the food that we were eating. So baby steps. If you still need to, you know, have some drinks here and there with friends, and you'll eventually step away from that. You will because your body will start getting more resistant, and maybe you won't. Some people still drink on the ketogenic diet, or I think some people, I'm sure people do on the carnivore diet. Carnivore is what you make of it. It's making the best choices, eating animal products, but there is no, it's still your life, your diet. And if you choose to be, you know, eat a carnivore diet but still have a drink, that's your deal. It's nobody else's business to judge that. So you have to do what works for you. And if it's drinking a little bit of alcohol while you're making that transition, then it is what it is. If that will get you to the next step, if that is a better choice, it's all about making better choices right now, you know? And if it's still having a drink 2 years into your journey, but you're still seeing progress because of the diet changes that you made, hey, that's a win still. That's a win. We all have struggles that we're dealing with, and this isn't about perfection. This is just about finding what will work for you, finding what will help you start healing and, you know, get to the next step. So cheers.